Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a good Tuesday or whatever time it may be as you're watching this. I realize it could be the past, the present, the future. It all depends, I suppose. But welcome. We're going to start today with a Nordy puzzle. So this puzzle was voted for by the Windmills David, Math Pesto, Russ, David, Luda, and Nordy. So we can look forward to it. It is a Nordy snake puzzle. The Nordy and what's the name of the other setter? There's one other setter that also, along with Nordy, sets a bajillion snake puzzles or loop puzzles or whatever. Usually with a whisper, although I don't think this one has a whisper. In terms of things I should announce, just in case you have not seen, that I have been posting my Let's Play of Lingo, which is, I think, a lot of fun, even if it makes me look bad in places. So I hope you are enjoying those. And if you are, by all means, recommend them to your friends. I think they are pretty cool. So let us process the rules to Nordy's puzzle. So we need to place the digits 1 through 9 in every row, column, and 3x3 box. That sounds familiar. We need to draw a 1-cell wide orthogonally connected snake that does not branch, does not loop, and does not touch itself even diagonally. Hey, Jan, Smitha, Pink Maple, and Jim, by the way. The circles are snake knight sums. Each circle is part of the snake. I guess we can make the snake green. I feel like I've done this puzzle. Have I done this puzzle? I've probably just done a similar puzzle. But I feel like I've done a similar puzzle, possibly. Each circle is part of the snake and sees at least 2 other snake cells by knight's move. A digit in a circle gives the sum of all snake cells within a knight's move of that circle. And then none snake king sums. Each square is not part of the snake. So these are all not part of the snake. And a digit in a circle gives the sum of all snake cells within a knight's move of that circle. I assume by within a knight's move, it actually means like that are exactly a knight's move. So like to me, this cell's within a knight's move, but it's not actually the thing. The profile picture is a trans pride flag because there was this huge incident in the Sudoku community, I don't know, 2 years ago or something, where there was some anti-trans stuff going on, and I wanted to show some support for it, and it has persisted since then. Although some places you'll see the non-trans pride version of the logo, but I mean, no reason not to have it, I guess. But maybe I should try it for other forms of support at different times. But yeah, we try to be as kind as possible to as many people as possible here. Let's see. Jim says row 9, column 1 can only be 1. Each circle is part of the snake and sees at least 2 other snake cells by knight's move. It gives the sum of the cells, but yeah, so I think, I think these are the only 2 cells. I think Jim's point is these are the only 2 cells that this sees by knight's move. And since this is the sum of the 2 of them, these are both in the snake. And the snake doesn't touch itself even diagonally, right? So that means this needs to be in the snake. Which then immediately means that these cells are not in the snake, or the snake would either branch or touch itself diagonally. Note snakes are annoying as opposed to loops because snakes have ends, and so you can't just like draw this as continuing because you have to worry about it. In fact, in this particular instance, I know one of these 3 is an end, right? In fact, because they, I guess this one could run off this way. No, never mind. This one can run off this way like that, and then these can connect. Although I guess I know there's an end vaguely in this direction. I'm going to perhaps draw a green circle on these two just to indicate that they are counted by this circle. Okay, and this square sees at least two other non-snake cells by king's move. An additional square is sum of all non-snake cells within a king's move of that square. Again, within a king's move, I'm assuming means at a king's move. It sounds like we're describing a inequality when we say within, but I'm pretty sure that's not what is intended by the rules. Okay, so this one actually, these two have to be, because these are the only two cells within king's move. So there's one of the ends of the snake up here, if we look at this, because this is just the sum of these two. This, if I look at what it sees by knight's move, it sees 3 cells. So at least 2 of these 3 have to be there. Hey, Isabella. Yeah, within sounds like it counts itself, but it can't possibly mean to count itself. I think it's just a weird word choice. Words are weird. Yeah, this is the sum of those two. Okay, and so this is the sum of those two, is what we were saying. Okay, and so here. Okay, so I guess here the question is, this circle sees that cell by knight's move. Is it really possible that that cell is in? And I guess technically we could even have all 3 of these in and make it 1179, which is probably what happens. Although I don't quite see any reason to suspect that. Oh, these can't both be green. I do see that. Hey, Nordy, how are you doing? If these are both green, then that forces a branch here because we need to sort of connect them because they don't touch diagonally. So those can't both be green, so therefore this cell's always green because I need at least 2 cells. It, by the rules, needs at least 2 cells. I'm not forgetting about the fact that, like, 1 cell is the sum of itself. It always sees at least 2 other cells. Okay, so one of those... Oh, sorry. Yeah, exactly one of these. Actually... Oh, no, it's not true. I was going to say whichever of these is in forces that to be in, but that's not true, actually. This one... Oh, this is the same story. This circle, if I look at it, it sees 3 potential cells, but I can't put both of those in without forcing a fork. So this is always in. Now, if I knew where the second end of the snake was, that would be really nice. I don't think I do yet. Hey, Paulfly, how are you doing? Let's see, this sees 3 cells. And as far as I can tell, well, 2 of them are already in. And a third one could be in. As far as I'm able to tell. If that cell is also gray, it makes this pretty big. Oh, thank you, Paul Fly. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun making them, so hopefully that comes through. I do think it's a fun game to watch. After I've been sort of like well ahead, I've been going back and watching Alexa did a playthrough of them, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool to watch because it's just such a crazy, weird, and neat game. I look forward to doing Lingo 2 eventually. I do, yeah, I guess the other end has to be connected to this, is the point. Because if the other end isn't sort of very closely, this is what the pink maple is saying. I was sort of trying to articulate this earlier, but I was trying to articulate it by looking at these, and that doesn't work well. I should just look at this cell and say, if this cell doesn't immediately see the end of the snake and it continues in both directions, we have a problematic snake. So this is not the end of the snake, in other words. There's an end of a snake over down here. Yeah, I mean, I'm about 20 hours in Paul Fly, I'd say. And yeah, I don't think I'm particularly close with that. So this is, well, row 1, column 9 I already didn't I, Isabella? So anyway, the point is there's a virtual end down here and an end here, so this isn't an end. And so we can continue this in both directions, like that. Okay, so Isabella is claiming that of these 4 cells, I know which ones are not snake or something like that. Well, that's definitely not snake for what it's worth because of the fact that we know where the end is. So we can at least go that far. I think this can still be Sneck. This is not Sneck, I agree. No Sneck down there because of the fact that we roughly know where the ends are. Okay. These 2 cells sum to the sum of these 2 cells at least. So these have to sum to at least 10 for what it's worth. Yeah, if this needs to go in 2 directions from here, and what Paul Fly is saying is it's not these 2 directions. Because if the snake goes these 2 directions from here, we immediately create like a 2x2 cluster mess of snake. So that's always snake. Row 7, column 8. And the same thing happens if we try and make the snake go this way and this way, so that's always snake. I agree. Hey, Daniel, how are you doing? You're not very late. Only a little bit. We've only just started. I do have to make sure that this doesn't get overflowed. Whatever. It said X-Wing support. Excellent. Well, that'll be helpful if I ever publish my double arrow skyscraper puzzle that I made. Let's see. Let's see. I think it might be the first puzzle I've ever set that has a true X-Wing as one of the steps, but I could be wrong. I definitely have a puzzle that has a true swordfish as one of the intended steps. So one could argue that swordfish is like a degenerate X-Wing or something. Okay, so this connects either that way or that way. And so the other 2 of these are gray, is I guess what I'm seeing here is 2 of these are green and 2 of these are gray. Is it possible that these are the 2 that are green, or does that create awkwardness with this? I think it doesn't quite create awkwardness with that. It's very close to creating awkwardness with that, but I don't think it quite does. Oh, right. Yes. Paul Fly has it. If these 2 are gray, I've created 3 dead ends, which is too many dead ends. So it's these 2 that are gray and these 2 that are green. So now we've got our other end in. This green continues up to here. This is not one of my dead ends, so I can continue it like that. see. This one sees that cell. Oh yeah, I can't do. Paul Fly's just saying I can't make both of these snake, so therefore that's snake. I agree. I was looking to see if some of these circles now are more interesting down here. This one, I guess, needs one of those two to be snake. They certainly aren't both snake. But I don't think I can do too much with that. Thank you, David. David donates for adding lingo and new jargon to your everyday use. Excellent, excellent. Let me get a donation dance for David. Boop 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 boop. Woohoo! Boop 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 boop. Woohoo! Boop 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 boop. Woohoo! Boop 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 boop. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Thank you, David. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, we know this connects one side or the other. I do agree this can't be snake. If this is snake, it sort of forces the snake to do this, and then we create an extra end. I'm also looking for Sudoku points. It's going to be kind of disappointing if we draw it. I mean, we're pretty close to having drawn the whole snake. It's going to be pretty disappointing if we draw the whole snake before we get anything. This can't be snake is, I think, very relevant. Because if this was snake, the snake would come here and that would create a problem there. And that seems very important because now this number we at least know something about. It's certainly a, well, it's a 6, 7, 8, or 9, but now this can't be in either for basically the same reason. And so now this is a 7, 8, or 9. Oh, my keypad is not pairing well today. Oops. Oh, maybe it is. Okay, so these numbers now add to at least 6. So this is always a 1, 2, 3. These numbers are now at most 5. And if I do make this gray, this becomes exactly 9 with a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 floating around, which would be what I think happens, but I guess. But it doesn't have to be. But that's my guess as to what's probably going to happen. Yeah, and I know exactly one of these is green. That's a good point. Now this can't be gray. That is a good point from Paul Fly. Right. So sorry, I kept trying to say this can't be snake, but this can't be gray because now this gray would add to way more than 9. Very good. So now this is snake, which now makes that snake, which makes these two both not snake, which makes... oh, maybe it doesn't immediately make that... Oh, that's also not snake. Sorry, that would be a corner. Now this is only an 8 or a 9, and this is only a 1 or a 2, because this is now the sum of these two digits for what it is worth. Sure looks like this wants to go this way, but I don't think I know that it has to yet. Hey, Chinstrap, how are you doing? This is the sum of those two, David points out. Oh yeah, there's a sort of loop connectedness problem if I try to connect these across, which is that it creates a branch in the snake. Because if I connect these across, now this needs to connect to the snake, but it only has one side. It doesn't have two. I think I tried to phrase that as elegantly as possible, Paul Fly. I think that's the way to say it. That's the least confusing, at least to a Zeta brain, is that if I make this cell green, I now need to find two places to connect this to, and there aren't two. So therefore, this is out. Therefore, this is in by 7ness. Therefore, those are out. This is in. That's in. This is therefore out because it would be an extra dead end. So these are both out. That's in. Like that. This is a square, and ergo that is out, which pushes that and that and that. Okay, and I think now if I try and connect these across, that's obviously a problem. So I can't do that, but I could maybe introduce a little wrinkle here if I wanted. Oh, right, and so now we do get our 9 that we wanted before, because now this is 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 2, 3. And so now we get to bring out Zach for our 9 dance. Ba-boop-ba-doop. Woo! Ba-doop, ba-doop. Wah! Ba-doop, ba-doop. Wee! Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Wah! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. As always, Zach's contributions are invaluable. Okay, so now that's a 3. These are a 1, 2 pair. Oops. These are a 1, 2 pair. That's an 8. That's a 1. So that's a 2 and a 1. 8 being 1 plus 7, you see. So this is at least 5, I guess. Just for the record. So this cell is a minimum of 3 plus 1 plus 3. So this is at least 7. Therefore, it's an 8 or a 9. Okay. Let's see. This is a sum of 2 different digits that are at least... Oh, it also counts... Oh, right. It's the sum of these 3 plus this. So this is also 9 for the same reason. Same exact math goes into it, right? I didn't count that one. So that actually pushes this up now to not be 5 or 6 either. At minimum, this is 7 with a 3 and a 4. Funnily enough, I think that means there's definitely a 4 in one of these 2 cells, because if there isn't, then they have to be 3, 5, and that sums to 8. No, they could be 3, 6. Never mind. Sorry, that's not true. Don't believe me. Okay, this number is at least 4, and this number is at least 3. 4 plus 3 is 7, so this is a 7, 8, or a 9. Just by virtue of that. Let's see. This number is summing that one and maybe some others. Oh, 1 and 2 are just Sudoku'd into box 7, Paul Fly points out, which is very nice because it makes that a 3. That is very cute setting. Which in fact puts a 3 up here by Sudoku, which either goes with a 4 or a 6. Those are my options based on whether the sum is 7 or 9. Oh, and now Ilm points out now these are a 4, 5 pair. So that is a 9, making that a 7, making that there. I mean, that wasn't really, Nothing wrong with that. That wasn't cute, but the 1-2 pair here, that to me, that was precious, because it sort of rewarded doing Sudoku in a sort of roundabout way. It was very nice that this sort of forces this, and now I get an 8 here and a 7-9 here, or not a 7-9, a 7-6. And so now I chase this up. This is the other 4-5, but it's not a 4, so it's a 5, and that's a 4, and that's a 5. Okay, maybe it does rise to the level of cuteness when you have, like, it fills in everything in the entire grid kind of thing going on. But I just loved the 1-2 hidden pair being exactly what you needed to fill that in. That was just priceless. Okay, so this is a 6 and a 9. These are a 7 and a 4. And this is just a 6, I should say. And one of these is a 5 and the other is an 8, I want to say. Okay. Assorted things are happening. This number is at least 5 because it's not 4. So this is a 5, 6, or an 8 are the only options. But I don't, I suppose, have a lot to say about that at the moment. Row 8, column 1 now? I'm not sure what I'm doing with row 8, column 1. Oh, right. This cell needs one of those two. Oh, row 1, column 8. Right. So these are already a minimum of 8, is Lakia's point, because these can't be 1 or 2, and they can't be a 3-4 pair. And so therefore they're a minimum of 8, but they can't be 8 by Sudoku. So in fact, this is a 9, and that's a 6. So that's a 9. And so these two cells do add to 9. So they're either 3, 6, or 4, 5. Some which way or the other. That is a virtual 3-4 pair. That's true. Oh, I see that that is seen by this circle, I suppose. Maybe that's not actually that interesting. I do know one of these two is a 9. I'm being told it is interesting. Oh, isn't this the only other cell that can be green? This... Oh, no, sorry. This can be green. I decided this before. This can be green. Okay, so I'm being encouraged to look at this cell now. So this cell is not 1, 2, 3 by the column. It's not 7 by the box, 5 by the row, or 9 by the row. And so if this cell now sees the sum of these, that now tells me that this cell definitely isn't an 8. So this is only a 4 or a 6. And if this were a 6, we would still be at 6 plus 3, which is 9, which isn't actually a valid option. So this is always a 4. And so now this is a minimum of 7, so it's only 7 or 8. And that can't be green anymore, because if it was green, the sum would be way too big. Because it would be a minimum of... Sorry, I can put green circles here just so your brain leaps to look at them. Because I would be summing 4 plus 3 or 4 plus a number that would be a jajillion, basically. Right, this is only 3 or 4. This is only 5 or 6, if we want. Oh, also, the pink maple points out now, if this is green, that is, if we took the sort of twisty path, that also would add to this total. Actually, it could. This one could be though, couldn't it? Couldn't I do 4 plus 3 plus 1 is 8? I don't think I'm prevented from that. Uh, yeah, I guess I should fill in that this is 5, 6, or 7. Uh, because it's more than 4. Uh, and it's not 8 or 9. I'm very close to having a 6, 7 pair, but I don't quite. This column... Oh, this column needs an 8. It's there. That's handy. And speaking of 8, that means these two cells add to 8, and they're not 1 plus 7, so they're 2 plus 6, which seems to make the Pink Maple's prophecy come true. I'm not saying that for sure watching my stream gives you psychic powers, but I'm not saying it. So therefore now this is not allowed in because now it would be too big. And so now this happens here, which therefore removes all of that from candidacy. Okay, this 5 is now the sum. Oh, sorry. Now this is green. And that's a 1 because this is now saying 5 is a sum of 1 and 4. This is gray because the snake doesn't touch itself. This is gray because it would be a dead end. And so now I've got only a sort of a little bit of stuff. This is an octuple, I agree. I think that's a 5. Okay. I guess that's a 1 just by Sudoku because I need a 1 in row 9. So these numbers are a 2, a 3, and a 4. If that were also gray, would it break? I would be at a minimum of 3 plus 4. Sorry, I'd be at a minimum of 2 plus 3 plus 5. That doesn't work. Yeah, so these numbers are all at least 5. Or sorry, these are just a 7, 8, 9 triple, actually, if you look at what they see. They see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are a 7, 8, 9 triple. I didn't see it as roping, but it is roping, as Dorlier points out. But anyway, the point is that's not gray, because it would make this this square blow up, and therefore we get our snack completed. So this is now a sum of at least 2, 3, so it's at least a 5, and it can only be 5 or 6 because 7, 8, and 9 are already taken. This is also 5 or 6. And now to get a sum of 5 or 6, requires the 2. So that's not a 2. That is a 3 or a 4. So we have a rogue 3-4 pair in column 7. This is the sum of these two cells. So if this is a 5, this is a 4. And if this is a 6, that's a 5. However, there's a rogue 5-6 pair in this column, so it's not a 5, it's a 4. Which means that this 5-6 is actually a 5, and that's a 6. Which means these two are a 2-4 pair in that order, which means that's a 3, and that's a 4, and that's a 5. And that's a 3 and a 4. It's a 7 and a 4. Oh, I did not circle row 9, column 6. Oh, right. Yes. I did not color row 9, column 6. Okay. Oh, and this circle is now 8. So that's a 5 and an 8. Thank you, Ilm. These are a 3 and a 4 in some order. These are a 7 and a 9 in some order, as of yet to be disclosed. These are, let's see, in this row, there is an 8, a 9, and a 6 is what these are. So I'll write different letter or different numbers than those, just for fun. So these are a 6, 8, 9. I don't think that's helpful. This number actually is more helpful because this number can't be 4, 5, 6, 8, or 9. So this number, I think, can only be 3 or 7, I think, are the only options. If it's 7, it's with a 1, 6. And if it's 3, it's with a 1, 2. So they always need a 1. Yeah, Eckbert did the same math. So there's always a 1 in these. I guess there's also just a 1 in them by Sudoku, sadly. So, or happily, I guess. It depends on how much you like that step, I suppose. So we've got that. And these are from 1, 2, 6, I guess. And so David points out, if I mark that these are from 1, 2, 6, then I know this is the 1 and that's the 2 or 6. So these are either a 6, 7 or a 2, 3. I don't see that immediately breaking the world any which way. Oh, no, I do. Because 3 by Sudoku is up here. This is much nicer. I should have just done it that way to begin with. 3 up here is by, or 3 is in this cell by Sudoku. It's the only place. So that's a 2. That lets us fill in these. One of these is a 1, and it's that one. We need a 2 and a 5 up here, and it's that order. Oops. We don't need a 2 and a 5. We need a 2, and we need a 7 up here. There we go. That's better. This is a 6 or an 8, and it sure is. These are, one of them is a 3, and the other is a 7. No, the other is a 9. No, sorry, 3, 6, 8. What am I doing? 3, 6, 8. Oh, it's not an 8. We don't talk about it. The 1 in row 4 is here. Sorry, is here by Sudoku on 1s. And that's the last one in the grid, I suspect. Yeah, it's the last one in the grid. These are from 7, 8, 9, except that one can only be 7. So this is an 8 or a 9 for now. One of these has to be a 2, and it's not that one, so it's that one. So this is a 6. So that's the 7, just by Sudoku on that 8, 9 pair there. These numbers are something, 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 and something. One of the things involved is a 2, though, and it goes there by Sudoku. So let's start with that. So now it's only something, something, and something, rather than something, 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 and something. One of these is a 3, and it's that one. I was going to use a Zackwing, but that was complete overkill. One of these is a 5, and the other is a 6. Sorry, that one's the 6. That one's the 5. So that's an 8 and a 6 and a 9 and an 8 and a 3 and a 6 and a 4 and a 3 and a 7 and a 9 and a 9 and an 8 and a 9. And I feel good about our ability to finish the puzzle from here. That seems to be a 4, a 7, a 5, and another 5. 2, no. 1, no. Nope, all the numbers are already in this box. 8. There's not an 8 in this box. Nice. It wasn't so much that there was interplay. There wasn't a lot of interplay between the snake building and the Sudoku, but the Sudoku basically just sort of all resolved at the end. It was really mostly snake building, but it was nice snake building. And we have our snake slowly inching across the grid. Very nice puzzle. Alrighty, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in a moment with more puzzle time. All right, welcome back. Continuing our journey through my old puzzles. I wanted to do this one next. Let me see when this was actually published. This was published December 2021. So a long time ago. I think this is my most recent puzzle that is an indexing puzzle. Because as mentioned, I became a little disillusioned with indexing. But this is a weirdo indexing puzzle. So let's read the rules. So, assuredly, that is not intentional, Nordy. That is because this is this dates back to significantly before Sudoku pad, I think, is what's happening. So a circle digit, yeah, who knows, indicates that the cell at the position in the row is a 5, 7, or 9. So basically, if this is a 7, it's saying that cell is a 5, 7, or 9. And black dots indicate the given cells have a ratio of 2 to 1. Not all black dots are necessarily given. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start coloring. Because the nice thing about black dots is that you cannot put 5, 7, or 9 on a black dot. So we can sort of immediately rule these out from being 5, 7, 9. So I'm going to color the 5, 7, 9s. So that we get some sort of matching going on there. Let's see. And here we know got a 1, 2, 4, 8, and a 3, 6. Let's see. This row's a little bit odd. Okay, so where is the 7 in this row, I think is the question. Because I can't put the 7 in a circle, because if I put the 7 in a circle, then I'm saying that digit's a 5, 7, or 9, which it's not. So therefore, the 7 in this row is there. And I think that is our first digit. And therefore, we get to bring in Zach for the 7 dance. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. So now, wherever 5 is in the row, it's definitely in a circle, which guarantees that this is 5 or 9. And so I need a digit for these. And so as David points out, these two digits both have to point at the 5, 7, or 9, which can only go in the 2nd spot, the 5th spot, the 8th spot, or the 9th spot. So these are always from 2, 5, 8, 9. And so that means always there's a 3, 6 on one of these black dots. Because I need to put 3 and 6 somewhere in this row. And if I put 1 there, I need to put the other off the black dots. So one of these is a 3, 6. Right. Yes. If this digit is a 2, it doesn't work. Because if this digit is a 2, it says that 2 is 5, 7, or 9, because this is in the 2nd spot. And likewise, if this digit is an 8, thank you, David, it says that this digit is 5, 7, or 9, and it's not. So we either have a 2 over here or a thing. Oh, by the way, I should make this yellow because I promised I would make it yellow. I guess I can mark. I know one of these is 7. Probably one of these, but who knows? That clever of Paul Fly to think to look in box 1. There is a thing happening in box 1, which is that if you look at what digits can actually appear on this this black dot, I can't have a 2 or a 3. But if you can't have a 2, you can't have a 1, and if you can't have a 3, you can't have a 6. So this is always 4, 8, which actually tells me that these are always 5, 7, 9 numbers of some description. Okay. So this is either a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 6, I suppose. Oh, this is always yellow. It can't be 2 or 8, Ilm, because the 5, wherever it goes in row 4, is definitely in a circle, which will say that the 5th cell is from 5, 7, 9. It's sort of a weird backwardsy thing. I do agree with Paul Fly. This cell is yellow. Right, and this is from... Do I know for sure it's not a 1? But I agree it's certainly from that class of things. Oh, I see. Right. This is from 1, 2, 4, 8. But if this is a 1, then we run into problems, because if this cell is a 1, then it makes that cell a 2, which means the 1 in this row is on a dot. So what this cell can't be is 2, I guess, because if this is a 2, then you definitely put a 1 on a dot in the row, and you can't do that. Can this also not be 4 for the same reason? No, because there is a place I can shove an 8 in a circle. So if this is a 4, that's an 8, I guess, is the thing I know. But anyway, because this can't be 2, that can't be 1, is what is being claimed, and I agree. Oh, right. If this is a 1, it says that this thing is a 5, 7, or 9. Let's see. These don't have a 4 in them, I guess, is an interesting thing to note. And so if these don't have a 4 in them, they're from only 1, 2, 3, 6, which is a lot more restricted than it maybe looked like it was going to be. I'm trying to decide if one of those insta breaks for some reason. It does. It can't be 3, 6, because we already argued, I see. This is a very Zeta step. This is assuredly what Zeta intended. One of these dots is 3, 6. So therefore, this dot definitely isn't 3, 6, because that would be 3, 3, 6s in box 5. Even little baby Zeta still had some Zeta-y things. Hey, Justice. I'm solving my own puzzle from 4 years ago because I like solving my old puzzles and seeing if, basically seeing how I like them and talking about anything I remember about them, although it's from 4 years ago, so hazy bits only. But it does often lead to me setting new things because sometimes it inspires me to set something new. Uh, oh, and this one's not 5, we know, because that is the 5th cell. Uh, uh, oh, and so the other spot, oh, and it's not 9 either, because we know the 9 isn't. So actually, this is a naked 7. Uh, and if it's a naked 7, that tells me that's the other yellow cell in the row, and so none of those are yellow. So this is a 5 or a 9. I do, by the way, Justice, I do often set something on stream. That's just not what I'm presently doing. Yeah. Eckbert points out a beautiful, now where is 1 in this row? Because now I've said these 2 dots aren't 1, 2 because of this 1, 2 pair. So now the only place 1 can go is there, which makes that a 1 and that a 2, which makes this my other yellow in this box, which means neither of those are yellow, which means this isn't a 2. So that's my other yellow in this row, which makes this an 8. For what it is worth. The setting streams are fun. I do enjoy them. I have been in the mood to do one. It has been a little bit since I did one. Oh, by the way, that gives me the 4 and the 8. This is a 5 or a 9, I suppose. So the other digit in this column is a 7, but I don't know anything about 7s looking at it specifically, I suppose. Oh, these are all gray. That's big. So, yeah, this box, David is saying that these are all gray. And so now this can only be 4, 5, or 6. And it can't be 6, because if it were 6, it would be saying that 6 is something, something, something. So this is a 4 or 5 only. If it were 6, it would be saying that 6 is 4, 5, 7, or 9. I say I want a 24-hour setting stream. I mean, I have been a little behind on setting lately, so, it wouldn't be, it wouldn't necessarily be undue, but I think I would probably go crazy. So now these are, what did I do? How did I screw this up so badly? Oh. It's because this can be yellow, right? This can be yellow. It just can't be a 6. That is what, okay. Right. And this number is also a 4, 5, or 6, but it's not a 5. Okay. Row 8, column 2. Yes, this is a 3, 6, points out Paul Fly, because it sees 4 and 8 in the column, and it sees 1 and 2 in the row. So this is 3, 6, which makes this, of course, be 3, 6. But the 3 or 6 is saying that one of these is guilty. Okay, and so now this is now 4, 8 for similar reasons. Because now it's not 3, 6 and it's not 1, 2. So now it's saying that or that is yellow. Okay, and so now this is a 1 or a 2. 9x9 vignettes setting stream. I think vignettes itself took 24 hours of setting. Let's see, there is a 3, 6 somewhere. one of these is a 7. Oh, this sees 1, 2, 3, 8, 4, 6. Yeah, very nice. Very nice, Todd. Todd points out this can only be 5, 7, 9 because it already sees everything that is a black dot digit. So this is a 5 or a 9, which means one of these cells is a 1 because it has to be marked because everything here is marked. Okay, so there's a 3 and a 6 up here. Okay, so this is a black dot digit, which means it's 1, 2, 4, 8, or 3, 6. However, we know it is not 2, 3, or 4 by virtue of this, and we know it's not 1 because that would put a 2 here. So this is only a 6 or an 8, which means this cell's only a 3 or a 4. That was David noting this. So one of these is 2, 4. Ah, right. One of these black dots is 2, 4, and Paul Fly points out the 4 always goes here. However, this one, I could just say this one isn't 2, 4 because neither of these is 2. I guess I could have just done Sudoku on 2s. But that feels somehow less exciting than Paul Fly's way of seeing it. So we get some more circles. All over the place. These are 3, 6 in some order. That one's not a 5 anymore. It is a 7 or a 9. This is a 1, 2, or a 3, 6. I suppose I should mark just because of that 4 being there. Oh, right. This digit is a 5, so that says this cell is yellow. So therefore, that is a 7. Okay, so there's a 5 somewhere in the column. Right, this is no longer 4. This is now 6. Thank you. So that's an 8 and a 4. Good spotting. So we in here have a 1, 3, and 6. No. We have a 1, a 3, and something else. 8. A 1, 3, and 8. Right. And this one's not 1 because there's a 1, 2 looking across at it. Paul Fly is claiming this digit is 7. Oh, because of that circle. Right. Sorry. There's an 8 in a circle. I have not been diligent about my circle maintenance. So this is the last of its kind in the column. And so this is a 5, 7, or 9, but it's not a 5. And it's not a 9 either because 8 isn't a circle digit. So this is a 7 and that's a 9. Okay, and then that 7 says that's also yellow, which is the last of its kind in the row. And so now that is a 5 and that is a 9. And these digits see every yellow digit, so these aren't yellow. Or phrased differently, one of these two is a 9. Okay, and so what digits do we need in circles? We need a 7, an 8, and a 1. So this is the 1. So these are now a 3, 6 pair, and now that is a 2 and a 4. This is a 3 or a 6 of some description. Unknown what kind yet. This is gray because there's no circle in this row that can be a 5. Because that one cannot be. I was hoping I could do something like, I was hoping I could extend that further, but I seem not quite to be able to extend that further. This is no longer an 8. True. So that's a 4 and that's an 8. So the 4 makes that yellow. The 3 or 6, I don't think I know which of those it is. This certainly isn't 6, at least. Okay, I do need a 5 in this box, and it's going in one of these two cells. Row 8, column 9 is just 3, I am being told. So just by Sudoku or something? It's not 1, it's not 2. We're being told it could be 3. It's not 4, it's not 5. It's not 6, it's not 7, it's not 8, but it could be 9. Okay. 3 and 6 makes both of these yellow. Let's see. Paul Fly says this can't be yellow because it would be a 7 in the 7th spot. And that is no good. And so we therefore get that the 7 in this row can only go here just by Sudoku. I agree. And one of these is the 7 for the row for sure. Or sorry, the 7 for the column for sure, I suppose. Right. There's no spot in a 9 isn't in a circle in this row, so we can just instantly gray that. And so the only remaining spots for a yellow are 1 and 5, is what Paul Fly is saying. Okay. Do I know anything about these dots? I don't think I do yet. 8 in row 2. Yeah. 8 in row 2, Ilm points out. Can't go in a circle, and it can't go here. So ergo, that's just the 8. And that's a 4, which just gives me the 3, a 1, and an 8. So that is pretty good. Now one of these two is a 4. And it's not that one. So that is a 4, and this is yellow. And it is a 5 or a 9. However, oh no, never mind. Sorry, I don't think I know which one it is. I know it's a 5 or a 9 though, and that's the last one for the column at least. So I can gray those out. It's the wrong gray. Gray those out. let's see, several people. Oh, yes, of course it's not 5. 5 would be a bad thing. So it's a 9, which places a yellow here, which is a 5, in fact. And now this cell sees 5, 7, and 9, so we know it's not thingy thing. Oh, these are a triple. I probably should write it in. They are a 3, a 6, and a 5. And this one is now just gray by definition. Oh, box 1, 9 is placed, Eckbert points out. It's there. So that means one of these cells is a 3, and it's that one. So that makes that a 7. So we can do that. This row is done. Oh, that's a 5. Oh, sorry. No, that's not true. Sorry, don't listen to me. This box's 7 is just here by Sudoku, right? And so one of these two is a 2, is what I think we've got. And so then the 5 is in either the first place, the 5th place, or the 6th place. Well, it can't be in the 6th place, is I guess the point, right? This 3, 6 tells me this cell's definitely gray. Because I already have a 3 over there. So we've got a 2, a 3, and then a 1 or a 5, I believe. Oh, I can finish box 3 with Sudoku. That sounds great. Let's place... let's see, I've still got a 1. I've still got to place a 2. The 2 is there now, owing to that 2. And now, what digits am I missing? I'm missing a 1 and a 6, right? And the 6 goes there, so the 1 goes there, which is going to sort out a lot of this stuff, because that is going to be the 5 and the 6, which is going to make this the 1. So this is going to be the last yellow, so it is going to be a 5. This is going to be a 2 for the row, as previously mentioned. So this is a 2 and a 1. We can probably fill out this box. It's an 8. We can make these a 1, 2 pair, I think. And it's a resolved 1, 2 pair, thanks to Sven. This cell is gray for the column, which means actually these are both yellow, just by yellow doku or whatever. These are a 5, 7 pair in some order, which makes this a naked something. Naked 1, it looks like. So we know there's a 3 in one of these, and we know there's a 3 in one of these. Oh, these are yellow just by the column. These are a 7, 9 pair, which makes this gray. That's gray, so it's not my 9. Okay, now my coloring is done. So that's a 9 and a 3. That's a 7 and a 9, a 5 and a 7, a 6 and a 3 and a 6. That's a 5 because the last yellow digit. Now all of our yellow digits are placed, I think. Let's see. One of these two is a 3, and it's that one. And the other one is a 6, so it must be that one. Oops. So now this column needs a 2. This box needs a 1. There's a 4. This row needs a 2. This is an 8. Let's see. This column needs an 8. This row, no, not a 5, a 6. 3 and 6. This column needs a 4, and this row needs a 9. No, not a 9. Try again, Zeta. A 3. Da 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 da. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to heart it. I think I'm supposed to. I'm not sure. Yeah, this was very interesting. Yeah, this was definitely during the era of Zeta is very excited about indexing and thinks that indexing is going to go places. Like I said, I think this is my last. Oh, I guess sorry, that's not true. My next puzzle is Keep Talking, and Keep Talking also has indexing. Although that one terrifies me slightly because Keep Talking. Keep Talking was the first CTC video that took Simon 2 hours to solve. So, but fortunately, after Keep Talking, we get to after Keep Talking, we get to do Antimatter, which is, I think, probably my worst puzzle of all time. But after that, then we get to Archa, which I'm looking forward to, which is probably one of my favorite, very high on my list of favorite puzzles that I have created. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. One day I'll set a remote sums puzzle. I don't know about that. I might set a hit points puzzle someday. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back with another puzzle. So see you all in just a moment. Alrighty, welcome back. Let's do a kakuro. I can probably zoom in quite a bit, I think, and still have you be able to see what's happening here. Yeah, that looks reasonable. So this is a Renban kakuro, but it's hexagonal, as you might notice, by Nell, who is the undisputed ruler of hexagonal puzzles. So This is a kakuro, which is not quite the same as a Sudoku, but it's similar. So we're placing digits from 1 to 9 in every empty cell. Digits aren't allowed to repeat in any string of unbroken cells. So basically, there's a reset if you think about this. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's a pretty purple. 1, 2, 3. But these don't have to be a set of the digits 1 through 9. In fact, if you look at the rules, they can't be. A number in a dark cell gives the sum of the numbers in the direction that is indicated. And then pink lines are Renban, so they contain a set of non-repeating consecutive digits, which may appear in any order. Different lines are different shades of pink. This is purely cosmetic. I don't think that's actually true. Oh, maybe it is, actually. That's weird. They're sort of like very eerily similar. Or very eerily similar, but not quite the same. Okay, I don't think 26 and 9 is forced. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think that's forced. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the use of slightly off colors. So 13 and 4, the largest digit I can get in it, I guess, is a 7. So that's not incredibly restrictive. Assuredly, one of these that I will look at, and it will eventually be restrictive. 6 in, 21 in that, I guess, needs numbers that are at least 4. So I guess if I wanted to center mark this, I'll try and use the thing. So I said this one needs to be a 4, 5, or 6 because it's both in the 21 where it needs to be at least 4 because 8 plus 9 could be the other 2. And at most 7. Oh, sorry, at most 7 because these could be 1, 2, 3, I suppose. That doesn't seem incredibly helpful, but you never know. These numbers are all at most 8. Yeah, sorry, it could be 7. It was less exciting than I had hoped. These numbers are at most 6, I suppose. Oh, even at most 5, right? No. No, none of that is true. Ignore everything I said. Yeah, 26 in that many. That's a lot of many. Oh yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, so the real question is where is 1 on this diagonal? Because I need a 1 in my 4-cell sum to 13. If I don't use a 1, it won't work. And so what this did, really, if I wanted to summarize it, is it said, hey, you can't put a 1 here, and you can't put a 1 here either. That's what the 21 clue said. So always the 1 goes here, and so this is a 1, 2, 3, and the 1 is in one of these. I don't know if it lets me corner mark things or not. I don't think it lets me corner mark in hex grids. So one of these is a 1. And so these are either 1, 2, or 1, 3. And this cell, funnily enough, is at least 4 because it sees the 1, 2, 3 triple, and so is this one. So this is a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. These add to either 3 or 4, so these need to add to 10 or 11. So because these are at least yeah, so yeah, I was just going to redo the math and do it this way now. So each of these is at least 4, and they need to add to at most 11, so the other is at most 7. Sorry, they need to add to at most 10, so the other is at most 6. And definitely one of these two... Sorry, not 10 or 11. 9 or 10. Sorry, 9 or 10, based on whether this is 3 or 4. And so one of these is a 4, so this is never a 4 for what it's worth. Okay, so this can't be a 9 anymore because that would be putting too much pressure on this. These actually sum to a maximum of 14, so this has to be at least 7 for what it's worth. Let's see. This 14 sum's now a little bit interesting. I mean, I guess it's not that interesting. These have to sum to at least 11, so they can't include a 1. They didn't want to include a 1 anyway. I think what Paul Fly is saying is that these sum to a maximum of 15, so therefore this needs to be at least 6, so it's not a 5. And therefore this being a 4 doesn't actually work. Is that right? Oh, just this being a 6 just doesn't work. Because if this is a 6, it pushes that down to a 5, and that doesn't work. So this is just never a 6. And so once that's never a 6, this can't be a 4. Okay, there we go. And now this does have to be a 4 because we said one of these two is a 4 before. So now we get to enter a 4, and we get to bring out Zach for the 4 dance. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. And so now these two sum to 17. And ergo, that is an 8, and that is a 9. And that is a 7 and a 6. And now these two are a 1-2 pair, and that's the 3. To make that work out. I guess now I can ask what these two sum to, because now that's 14, 17. These two sum to 11, right? If I did that right, and it's not 3, 8, and it's not 5, 6. So it's 4, 7, or 2, 9. Okay. Now, there are lots of numbers I cannot put here. For example, if this is a 9, it will break the 11 because I can't put 2 1s there. But if this is a 7, it still makes this number at least a 4. That's still too big. So this number is actually only a 2 or a 4, meaning that this number is a 7 or a 9, and it's not a 9 because there's a 9 looking at it by Sudoku. So this is in fact a 7 and a 4 if I did this math correctly. Let's double check. 11 plus 14 plus 3. That sounds like 28 to me. Okay, and so now these two sum to 7. And so they are either 2, 5 or 1, 6. I'm trying to just debate if any of that sort of interacts in an interesting way with the Renban. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to do math here. I see. Paul Fly is saying that if you add these cells together, you get 11 because there's 15 already there, and so therefore these are 1, 2, 3, 5. And so if you then carefully look at what's happening on this in this 14 sum, these now sum to a maximum of 7, which means this number here needs to be at least 7, but that describes uniquely the digit 8 if you consider the candidates. And so these two sum to 6, and so the only way that works is a 5 and a 1. So now this cell is not a 2, just for the record. If that cell's not a 2, this cell's not a 5, I guess is what that means. This cell now can't be a 5 or a 1. This cell can't be a 5 or a 1. So this is a 2 or a 3, but this is a 2 or a 3 that's not on the Renban, because this 2, 3 sees the whole Renban. And so if this were a 3, that would be a big problem, because then the 2 is on the Renban, 5 is on the Renban, but 3 isn't. That doesn't work. So this, in fact, has to be the 2. That's the 3. And these are 4 and 6 in some order. Okay, and now this is a Renban that the only even digit that can go on it is a 2, because 4, 6, and 8 are gone. So this is from 1, 2, 3. That one's not a 3 for the record. And now if I look at this number up here, it could be a 1, it can't be a 2, it could be a 3, it can't be a 4, I think it could be a 5, but it can't be a 6, 7, 8, or 9. So this is only 1, 3, 5. It's not a 2. So this Renban doesn't have a 2 on it at all, because of the 2 looking down from there. And so if this Renban has no 2, it doesn't have a 1 either. And so if this is a 5 or a 6, now that's only a 1 or a 2. Okay, so there definitely is a 5 on the Renban for what it's worth. Oh, David wants me to do math. So this is a 1, or I guess Sudoku also works. This is a 1, just because that had to be 1, 2, 3, 5. So that's a 2. I'm not sure it was helpful, but can you do? Oh, it was helpful, because now that's a 5. And so now that's not a 5, it's a 3. And so now I've got 3, 4, 5. And so this has to be a 6, because it can't be a 2. Okay, so now this sum we kind of know, because it has outies of 14, and there's only 2 outies. And so it's not 6, 8. So the outies are 5, 9. So these digits are everything except 5 and 9. So I'll take out 5 and 9, and I'll take out 6 because it's already there. Okay, this digit, by the way, is not 3, 4, 5, or 6, because it sees all of the cells on that 3, 4, 5, 6 Renban. So this is either 1, 2 or 7, 8, 9, for the record. Oh, David has noticed that this sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So the only things left are 5 and 9. I agree. That seems helpful to notice. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so the only high digits on this are, and these two cells are 7 and 8. So if this is 7 or 8, then I run out of the ability to make a Renban. So this could be 9, in which case these are 7, 8. Otherwise, this is a piddly 1 or a 2. Let's see. These 5 sum to 30. Oh, yeah, this digit's not 7 or 8. Very good. Yes, this digit's not 7 or 8. Thank you, Screaming Ice Cube. So that's not a 9 because you can't put a 9 with those, and so that's not a 7 or an 8. So now these are itty bitty. So now there's definitely a 2 and a 3 on this Renban. And now this 30 sum is more interesting because now we're summing to 28 or 29 for the remaining cells. And so 29 would have to be 5, 7, 8, 9, and you can throw in a 4 or a 6 if you go down to 28, right? So we can do that. We do know one of these two is a 3, so we can remove 3 from all of those, points out David. This cell is not a 6, 7, or 8. We know it is a 4, 5, or 9. This cell C is a 2. Oh, this cell C is a 3. Oh, actually, I can just place the 3, right? I know where the 3 is. Yeah, there's a 3 there. So I can just place this 3 while we're talking about things that are things. So one of these two is a 2. Hey, Emma. So that's not a 2. Oh, this C's a 2 as well. So that's a 1 and this is a 2. So that is a 4, 7, or 8, I suppose. This isn't a 1 because of that 1 up there. None of these are 2 because we've got the 2 already. That one's not 1 either. So actually the 1 is placed, weirdly enough, in this diagonal, thanks to Laura's point and some assorted other teamwork from others. So that 1 sees up that this is a 2. So now this is a 1 or a 3, I suppose. Correct, Emma. Right. Now we know that that was a 1, and so that actually clears up that there's now no 4 and no 6. It's just 5, 7, 8, 9. The first cell in the second row from the bottom sees a 3. It does. Yeah, there's a 3 up there. That has been available for a while. So this is a 1. Thank you, Laura. Okay. Oh, so this is a 5, 9 pair now. So if I look down this triple, actually, these cells actually can't be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, or 2. So these are 1, 3, 4 only. I think these are just a 1, 3, just a 1, 3, 4 triple. Is that right? They're not 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Yeah, they're 1, 3, 4. Okay. that one's not... Oh, I was going to give a complicated reason why that one's not a 1. But there's a simpler reason why it's not a 1, which is Sudoku. Okay, so this is consecutive with 3 or 4, but it is not 2, 3, or 5. So the only digit this can possibly be is 4, which makes that one 3, which makes that one 4. Okay, so these can't be 2, 3, so these are bigger than 2, 3. So these are from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for what it's worth. 2 and 3 in this row are over here. Second row from the bottom, the 4. Oh, yeah, the 4 actually places the 4. Thank you, Laura. So that places the 4 on this diagonal. Agree. These are now a 7-8 pair, which is quite nice because it takes 7 and 8 out of this cell. So that gives me a 5-9 pair running down there. So these aren't 5 or 9. These are 7, 8. I forgot a 6. Oh, again, I get a 6. Sorry. So these aren't 7, 8 for what it's worth. This 4 looks up there, giving me a 6 and a 4 is, I think, what Laura actually wanted me to see. Let's see. I mean, there's not a lot left. I don't know if it's worth filling in this quadruple or not. Might or might not be worth filling in this quadruple. Maybe it's worth filling in that I know this number is at least 5. And this number is only 2, 5, 6, or 9. I guess, funnily enough, that means this digit's never 9, but I don't think I really want to chase that thread very far. Oh, can this ever be 2? Maybe this can't be 2. Yeah, this can't be 2 either. So that gives me some sense of what's going on here, although I don't think it really matters. Because of that too, David. That too sees it. I do agree. Wait, do I agree? Yeah, if I color the 7/8s, that 7/8 is the same as that 7/8. So it's different from this 7/8. And so this cell is never 7 or 8. So this cell sees that too, is the claim. I do agree. This is this 20 sum is now everything but 1, up to 6, of course, because that would, if I summed from 1 to 6, it would be 21. But this now doesn't have a 1, so it has to be that. So those are 4s. That is not a 2. Oh, this is the only cell that can be 4 of those. Oh yeah, this can't be 9 because it would go next to a 7 or 8. Agree with that. So 5 or a 6. One of these two is a 2. I guess over here I've got a kind of meaningless sum, I think. This is a 9 points out 57 thorns because 5 and 6 are actually over here. So actually, this is a 9, which makes that an 8, which makes that a 7, which makes both of those 8, which makes that a 7. Very good spotting there. Somehow I think that 9 doesn't sort out this mess with the 5 9s. Does, though, mean we don't have that many things left in this row. We've got a 2, a 5, a 6, and a 3 is what's left in this row. This one, at least, is not a 5 because of that 5. And these have to be 2, 5, 6, 9. And that one is not a 5 because of that 5. Zeta got there eventually. That is kind of the name of the stream, I suppose. Zeta got there eventually. Okay, this cell, I guess, sees a bunch of high digits. Or sorry, sees a bunch of low digits, but doesn't see 5, so I'm not sure it's worth marking. Row 8, column 7 is not a 2. Can you elaborate? Oh, right. The 20-some has a 2, right? One of these two is a 2, and it sees that one. Okay, yes, I agree. And so, oh, does this diagonal need a 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It does need a 2, and the 2 is just placed, actually. Once you make that note, namely the 2 is placed here, which places that 2 here, meaning those aren't 2 and that isn't 2. Okay, this diagonal, I guess I can also write in if I want to do some Sudoku. So we still need a 3. We still need a 6, an 8, and a 9. Okay, well, this one's not a 3 or a 6 right away. This one's not a 3 or a 9. This one's not an 8. Dangerous. Not quite anything, but oh, the top one isn't 8. Oh yeah, the top one isn't 8 by this diagonal. It would help if I scanned every direction. You get used to scanning 2 directions, and then suddenly there's more directions, and what are you supposed to do? Okay, so these aren't 6. That's not 8. So this is, if this is a 9, then this is an 8, 7. If this is a 5, then there are more options. I guess the third direction is like the region. Yeah, that is true. One of these two is 3, but I don't know if that helps me yet. Oh, right. This cell is never 5 because this cell sees those 2, so this is never a 5. I agree. Oh, yes, the 6 does look at this, so this is a 5. Thank you. So these are not 5. So these are 3, 6. Oh, the 20 diagonal right now needs the 6, so that's a 6 and a 7. And so this is either a 6 or an 8, based on whether this is a 5 or a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so these are the two digits that are left, which are 9 and 5. So that gives us a 5-9 pair along this diagonal, for whatever that is worth. It also, I guess, means this cell isn't 5 or 9. Oh, this 9 actually looks over. This 9 looks over here and makes that a 5. Oops. And a 9. Somehow we eventually got something here. That 5 looks up at that one, making that a 9. So these are 5, 6, 7, 8, I suppose. Oh, let's see. This one? No, you must mean this one? Paulfly is saying one of these sees 5, 6, 8 both directions. I'm not... This one? I see that this cell sees 5, 6. This cell doesn't see anything, right? The cell sees a 7. Oh, diagonally down, the third direction. Yep, from the diagonal. Right, right. Okay, so 4, 6, 8, see that cell. 4, 8, and 6, see that cell. Okay, yeah, so I agree. Okay, yep, so this is from 1, 2, 3 only, because 4, 6, and 8 see it. Very good. Oh, and this one's not the 2, so that one is the 2. So there's no 2 there. So this is a 1 or a 3. I guess this direction we're down to only 3 digits. I should probably fill them in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are 3, 5, and 7. That one's definitely not 3. That one's definitely not 5 or 7. So that one is 3. So that one's not 3 or 5. So that one is 7, and that one is 5. We do have 1 digit missing across the top. So there's a triple, so to speak, left. They are 6, 7, and 8 is what's left across the top. This one is not an 8 for sure. This one is not a 7 for sure. That might be all I'm prepared to say. What? Did I do something wrong? Where's row 4, column 6, not 5? Uh-oh. Oh, who knows? Luck, skill, and personality, I suppose. Row 3, column 7 is naked. Is that this one? Ah, yeah, this one's not a 3. It's actually a 1. And these are, thank you, Todd. One of them is a 4, and it's not that one, so it's that one. And the other is an 8, which is that one. So this is a 3 or a 5. And we don't know which one yet. Let's see. Do I want to fill this in? I kind of do. Let's see. We still need 1. We've got a 2 and a 3. We still need a 4. We've got a 5 and a 6, and we need a 7 and an 8. Neither of those are 7. That one's assuredly not 8. That one's not 8 either. This one also isn't 4. It's also not 1. So that one just is 7. That 1 sees there. Oh, this one's not 4, so this one just is 1. So I feel like I took the wrong digit out of this cell. I think this cell is still 4, 8. Oh, no, this one is not 4, 8. This one is just 8. So 8 and 4, like that, owing to that 4. So that's a 5, and that's a 7. Oh, yeah, that one worked out the reverse way. That 5 sees that 9 and that 5, which sees that 9, which makes that 8 and that 5. That 3 sees that 6, making that 3. Yes, I always appreciate when chat saves me from disaster. Okay, there's a 2 on this diagonal, and it can only go here. Yeah, and 5, 6 is what's left on this diagonal. I'm trying to decide if either of these sees a 5 or a 6. I don't think they do. Okay, it is. These are also. This is also from 5, 6, because it sees the 8. So 5. So these are a 5, 6 pair. For what it is worth. Let's see. I think we probably should just start filling these in. So this is not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 or 8. So this is 6 or 9 only, I think. Oh, and it sees a 9 down there, so this is 6 only, I think, which makes that a 5 and a 6 and a 5 and a 3. Okay, let's see. This sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't see that it sees 7, but it sees 8 and 9. Let's see. This cell doesn't seem to see a 1, but it sees a 2. It doesn't seem to... Oh, it sees a 3 and a 4. It sees a 5, 6, 7, 8. So is this 1 or 9? Is that what we've concluded? And then this one, I think this one can also be 1, can't be 2. I think this one can be 3. Can't be 4. Can't be 5, 6, 7. Can't be 8. Could be 9. And then this one hopefully will help somehow. It can't possibly. Let's see. It's not 1, 2. It could be 3. I think it could be 4. It can't be 5, 6, 7, 8. And it can't be 9. So this is 3 or 4. Oh, and it's not 3 either. So this one just is a 4. Okay, so we've at least got that. So now the question is, where does this see a 1, 3, or 9? Oh, sorry. No, there's a sum. There's a sum clue. Wouldn't you know it? There's a clue. Who knew? Okay, so these sum to 17. So I need these to sum to 12. So that had better be a 9 and a 3. Woo-ha-ha! We did it. Very nice. I enjoyed that. Even though these hurt my brain. But I feel like I'm getting slightly, ever so slightly, better at scanning hexagonal grids. So that is something, I suppose. I'm going to take a quick break and return with another puzzle. So see everyone in just a moment. Alrighty, welcome back. Let's do our monthly anti-night puzzle. So this is a Chris Moore puzzle. So we have a blue line here that is simultaneously a 10 line, meaning it can be divided into sums to 10. A 15 line, meaning that it can be divided into sums of 15. And a region sum line, meaning that it has the same sum within each box. So if we make the region sum 15, that would be very convenient. We have white dots are consecutive, black dots are 2-to-1 ratio, and we do have anti-night, which I will forget very rapidly. Link. Is Tristan... Tristan might put it in a second, or I can dump it in the chat. Let's see. There we go. I think that is the link. Okay, so we can sort of start at least with our 10-sum business. Let's see, what color do I want to mark my 10-sums with? Like that? None of these stand out somehow. He has a chess knight piece that he places on his desk. That's awesome. Is it red? Okay, that stands out a little bit. Okay, so we know that the 10 extends at least that far. Now, if it extends one further, I might have to pull out my other pen for that. Yeah, I guess if I think about the 15 sums, maybe I'll use colors for 15 sums. If I think about the 15 sums have to be at least 3 long, because although you can make a sum of 15 in 2, you have the problem that then you can't also make a sum of 10 in 2. So, like, I have a 15 sum coming over here and a 15 sum coming over here. At least. That's a good point from Emma. There's 5 total regions, so whatever the region sum is, the line sums to 5 times it. But that number also has to be a multiple of 3 and a multiple of 2, because we need a multiple, or I should say a multiple of 15 and a multiple of 10. So in particular, the total for the line can't be 15. If the total for the line was 15, then that would be an issue. So in fact, the total for the line is 20. Because it can't possibly be it's either 20 or a multiple of 20, because it needs to be that. Oh, sorry, not 20. Sorry, 30. Sorry, 30. Wait, 30? 30 is not possible, right? 30 seems plainly impossible, right? Yeah, 30 is not possible. So we have done the math wrong somehow. Does it not really pass through 5 boxes? No, it looks like it really passes through 5 boxes. So, oh, the sum of the full line. Yeah, the sum of the full line, I agree, is a multiple of 30. The sum of the individual box totals has to be at least a multiple of 6, I guess is the right way to say it. It's a multiple of 6 because we need to get a 2 and a 3 in there in order to eventually be divisible by 10 and by 15. So our total isn't 6. It could theoretically be 12, but I think that would work very poorly. Uh, yeah, that's a different way to say it, Paul Fly, if you want. Can I share the full rule set? So there's links pinned at the top, but I think the full rule set is on screen, isn't it? Unless you're looking for like the LMD page. I can link you to the LMD page as well. But I don't think there's any secret bonus rules. But there is the LMD page if there's more written there. I'm not actually sure if there is or not. Yeah, you can have two self-15 sums, just not at the start or end. Okay, so yeah, so the region sum is presumably 12 or 18, but I guess it could be a few other things. Maybe 18 is most likely, actually. Because if the region sum is only 12, then what is happening? So I want to say it's actually at least 18, because if it's at least 18, that will force these to be my 15 sums. If the sum is 12, then my 15 sum has to extend like that out of the box with a 1, 2, or 3 there, and that feels weird. It would mean the whole line summed to only 40. So maybe I should min the sum of the whole line. So the minimum of the sum of the whole line, if I go by box, is 10, 20, 30. Yeah, that's way not enough. And there aren't any columns or rows with a lot of things. Maybe there's an anti-knight. Maybe I could do it better with anti-knight if I wanted, but that seems horrific. Yeah, that is exactly what I was thinking, David, was that probably yeah, the sum of the line is a multiple of 30. Yeah, if there's anything you don't understand, Casper, by all means, I am happy to articulate it. Yeah, I would really like it to be 18, is what I would really like it to be, but I don't know that I have a thing. Yeah, the full rules were on screen. So, sometimes I don't notice and my head covers part of the rules, but this time the full rules are there. If it's 12, do we run into problems with 2s? Because if it is 12, then we're suddenly going to have like some sums to 10, and we're going to have a 2 sort of hanging off the end of the sum to 10 in each box. And I guess it would have to be in that case, if the sum is 12, we would have to have that these are each a sum to 10, and then these are both 2. Which is a little bit odd, I suppose. Let's see, Paul Fly thinks 12 is impossible by the bottom right. Paul Fly has withdrawn. So let's just do the sum of 12 universe just a little bit, and maybe it will become more intuitive. So in the sum to 12 universe, this is a 2. That's a sum to 10, so it's something. And so now this is either a 3 or I do 1, 2 again. And so now this, at least, is a sum to 10. So inside this box, by the end of here, I've gotten to a sum of 24. So I've got sort of 4 floating. And the 4 floating has to be an actual 4. Because if I know there's a 1 or a 3 here. So that would make that a 4. And this would be a sum. So this would have to be 1, 2, 5. Which doesn't actually work, although it's kind of a mess to understand why. Because what it does is it breaks the 15 combination. I don't see a super elegant reason why this breaks, but it does break. It's not 12. I'm not sure if this is intended to be an elegant solution or if this is intended to be elegant or not. But why is this broken? Oh no, you're right. Sorry, this does work for 15. Sorry, we can do that. And then my sum to sorry, this does actually work oddly well. So there's my sum to 10. Okay, so this might actually plausibly work. Oh, but it breaks if I think about it up at the top. So we'd need these 3 to sum to 10. That would be a 2. So now we need either a 1 or a 3 here for my 15. So I guess like one way to think about it is if it's 12, then within this box, I have to hit the total 10 and the total 12. And then within this box, I have to hit the total 15, 20, and 24, which would mean that this sum, up to this point, it would be 15. Up to this point, it would be 20. And up to this point, it would be 24. And then in this box, we would need to hit the total 30. And then the total 36. I guess that's all okay. I can't see why this breaks. This might actually be what's happening. Let's see. We did say that 24 was too much. Are we comfortable that 24 is too much? Thinking about this. Yeah, let's think about 18. So if it's 18, then we actually get 2s over here. So it's quite similar because we overflow to 20 then. 7, 8, 9 in box 2. And 5. What are we claiming about 7, 8, and 9? But what are you saying about 7, 8, and 9? I don't understand how 7, 8, and 9 have anything to do with anything. Okay, I have heard 7, 8, 9, box 2, box 5 breaks. I don't even understand what are you claiming about 7, 8, and 9 in the case of the 24 total breaking? That is the I have not heard a claim about what's actually broken. That's the part that is confusing me. Okay, so yeah, so I agree that 18 breaks. If I just look up here, the down here is just a distraction. If I look up here, I'm saying that if the sum is 18, this is 20. And so then I need a cell where it blocks at 30, which isn't there. So now I need that sum to be 30, and that just doesn't work because now I'm claiming that now I'm claiming that this digit is a 10. That digit has to be a 10 in order to make 18 work. So 18 doesn't work. We can at least say that. Oh, okay. So we're saying entirely 7, 8, 9? The 6 cells are entirely 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9 is 24. Oh, right. Lord, sorry. Yeah. This very cleanly does not work. Right. Somehow I was not thinking about 3-digit sum. I was not thinking about exactly how. I thought there were sort of like bigger, broader claims. Yeah. So the 24 is definitely not going to work because this will be 7, 8, 9. That is the claim that people are making, is that 24 and 3 is 7, 8, 9. There we go. And I'm not going to be able to make 7, 8, 9 work in any capacity with a 10 line. Okay. I understand. I was looking for, like, people were arguing that there was some Zackwing on 789s that was pushing 789 down here via boxes 2 and 5. That was what I was trying to understand, but that was not the claim. The claim was just 24 would have to be 789, and that is not working. Okay. So it has to be 12. Weirdly enough. And so that means that basically everything we filled in before was correct. So we've got to sort of figure this out. So I've got to go up to there with my 10 sum. So that sum is 10. This sum is therefore 12. And we can bring out Zach for the 2 dance. Boop, boop, boop. Dooka, dooka, dooka. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Dooka, dooka, dooka. Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Waha! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. So this is a 1 or 3, but I guess the point then is that after I count both of these boxes, the total is 24. 4. And so there's a sum of 4 left over that can't be 1 plus 3 because of that 1, 3. So that's a 4. And so this is where my sum of 20 hits. And now these need to sum, therefore, to 8. And so they need to be 1, 2, 5. And so this is a 1, that's a 2, and that's a 5. My sum of 15 is in yellow. These now, when I look at this, if I look at it now up to here, the sum is 36. So we are 6 over. So yeah, if this is so I guess this is a sum to 6 and another 6. So yeah, let's do it from the other end as well. So from the other end, our 10 line comes up here to a 2. We get a 1, 3 over here. So our 15 sum goes at least over to here. Our next 10 sum goes at least to there. Oh, but it can't go any further because the sum up until this point is 24 now. So it actually has to stop there. And so this is a 5 or 7. And so this is also a 4 for the same reason as prior. So this is a 4 just by Sudoku. Right. My 15 sum is done, actually, if you look at it. Because my 15 sum can't extend here, it would be 20. So that's a 3 to make it a sum to 15, which makes this a 5 to make that a 10. Okay, so I need 2 sums to 6 in this box, just by sort of outlining this. So one of them is a 6, and one of them is a 1, 5. I suppose we can actually just place the 5 in the box, is probably a smart thing to do. And so these are a 1, 6 combination. I'm not sure I know which direction it goes. But I know that at least. And so I know that there's a 1 up here. And I know that there is a 6 over here. So there's a 6 up here. I know there's a 1 in here because it's not 2, 3, 5. So there's definitely a 1 over there. And so these ones actually place this one, because these ones rule the 1 out of there by anti-night. If I placed a 1 in either of these cells, it would make neither of these 1. So actually that's 1 and that's 1, which now makes that 6 and that 1. So we can finish our division. So just to finish our 15s, we can make that green, and we can make this blue. Now that is also 6. Okay, there's a 2 in one of these cells. I don't think I know which one of them it is yet. Let's see. I do know there's a 1 in one of these cells. Because again, there's a 1 in here. So that rules 1 off of this. Oh, 2 in box 2 is just placed here. Good. So now 2 is over in one of these 2 cells. A 2 here would go with a 4 here, which seems okay to me. This is either 136 or 145. If it's 145, these are the 4-5, but that seems okay to me as best I can determine it. 2 now in box 5 now is there. I'd previously did not convince myself that 2 was in one of those two cells, and then convinced myself that didn't help me. Let's see. This is certainly a 7, 8, 9 for what it is worth. Oh, these are also 7, 8, 9s. I do need a 3 in this column somewhere. Right. So yeah, the options are 3, 6, and 4 or 5. And what Todd is pointing out is this one isn't 3 or 5, so this one isn't 4 or 6. I guess the 3 in this box, I think, is stuck in one of these two cells only. Because I can't put the 3 on the white dot without breaking this. Oh yeah, 2 in box 7 is in one of these two spots. 2 is placed in box 6, has been called. Did we mean box 4? In box 4, 2 is in one of these two cells, at least, we can say. And then the 2 over here is now in one of these two cells, I believe. Just by that and that. Not on the dot. Because that can't be a 4 or a 1, right? That sees a 1 and a 4. Okay, beautiful. Okay. So that is a 2 and that is a 2. Okay, so this is 4, 8 or 3, 6. And this, oh, well, this one's not 3 or 6, so this one just is 4, 8. So something. It does put a lot of pressure. In fact, it places the, oh no, it doesn't place the 4. It just says one of these two is 4 in this box. Don't know about this one down here. The 8 in this row is in one of these two places. But who knows? I'm being told that places the box 6, 4. Yes, it does. The box 6, 4 is there. Very good. See, 1 in box 4, Casper says. Oh, right, it's not there either. I think it's in one of these two places, I think. Let's see, what about 1 down here? It's certainly not there. 1 down here is, I guess, in one of these 3. 1 in box 6. Right, very good. So 1 in box 6 is there. So then that's a 1 and that's a 1. This dot now is known to be 3, 6. I agree because of that. Oh, and we know the order somehow because of a random stray 6. Okay. So we know there's an 8 down here. So that rules 8 out of these cells and these cells. And the 8's definitely not there. So the 8 in this box is in one of these cells. Box 7's 1 is on here, so it goes with a 2, making that a 2 as well, making that a 1 as well. 4 in box 6, I think I have. 4 in box 4, though, I think we have now. Let's see. 6 in this box is one of these two places, but I don't know which. Let's see. 5. Oh, there's a 3 in one of these, and then these are from, oh, I guess this entire row, what's left is 7, 8, 9. Three in box 3 is there, which gives me the 5 and the 4, and the 8 and the 4. Very good spotting, Egbert. Okay, so 3 in this row is now uniquely here, because this row needs a 3, and it can't go on the dot anymore. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? Slash juggler. I'm never quite sure which to call you. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9 left in the row. Oh, sorry. We've got 6, 7, 9 left in the row, I should say. I do know that one of these is a 6, actually. Just by Sudoku, one of these two is a 6. So this is not a 9. And so, in fact, this is always a 6, 7, regardless of what happens. These are an 8, 9. So that makes that a 7, which makes that a 9, which makes that an 8, makes that a 6, a 7, and a 6, and a 9. This is a naked single something. Let's mark this stuff. That is a 5, 7, 9. That 9 is like the 18th 9 to see that cell. Let's go ahead and mark up all of this. So that seems to be a lone 3. Crazy. Okay. Let's see. I could probably mark the rest of the grid since this is anti-night. Oh, I can mark those two as well. Okay, and these I know can't be 9 or 7 or 8. Just for the record. That's an 8-9 pair. So that 8-9 pair sees that cell and sees that cell. Let's see. We've got a 3-8 pair over here that rules 8 out of those cells. Oh, this is a naked 9, it would seem, making that an 8 and a 9, making that a 7 and an 8, and a 9 and an 8 and a 7, and a 5 and an 8 and a 7 and a 7, and a 6, 5. Okay, so now it's 6 and 3. 8, 3, 7, 9, 7, 5, 6, 4, 8, 3, 9, 6, 8, 5, 3. I have to say, when you have the mark tool, the finding random naked singles phase of the anti-night puzzles is it's quite interesting, or is quite a bit smoother. This is really weird that it worked out that this is possible. I mean, I guess with 10 lines, basically the moral of the story is anything is possible, but still. Anyway, very cool. I am going to take a quick break and be back with another puzzle, so see everyone in just a moment. All right, welcome back. We get a double Nordy feature today because, well, post a puzzle with a cute, compelling visual gimmick and a 3-star difficulty rating, and I'll usually be excited. So in this puzzle, we are tasked with making killer cages, each of which have exactly 3 cells, and they don't overlap. And we're given a little bit of information about them. So I guess we can give them colors. I do know that this is a 1, 2, or a 3. I know that this is a 1, 2, or a 3. I know that this is a 7, 8, or a 9, which funnily enough I know now, even though it was relevant in the previous puzzle. This is a, I don't know, 7, 8, or 9, we'll say. Let's see. These are both 1, 2, 3. We can give this cage the color of orange. Let's see. So I think I can't make this cell yellow, because if I make this cell yellow, I'm going to turn on the dashed grid so that I can mark this. If I make this cell yellow, then I'm going to make the sum of these 6 cells 20, I'm going to make the sum of these 6 cells 16, which is going to be quite problematic. And doing that actually makes me realize it's actually even better than that, because in my head I had done this math and had convinced myself, oh, I've got a little bit of wiggle room. I don't have any wiggle room. The only thing I can put here is 4 and 5, because the 1, 2, and 3 are already spoken for. So in fact, one of those is a 1, which means neither of these is a 1. So these are a 2, 3, and then we've got the 1. So in particular, that cell and none of these cells are in the 6 cage either. I mean, how could the digit possibly be in the top left, given that some of the cages have the total on the bottom? The total being in the top left thing is the worst rule of all time. People should just completely forget about ever saying something about the leftmost topmost cell. It is horrendous. It is just like the ugliest thing that humans have ever created. That and racism or something. Let's see. So now my 11 cage now is getting quite contested, because I can't put 3 cells in my 11 cage in here anymore. So the 11 cage has to get out. So I think the 11 cage just has to come over here and be done. Because if the 11 cage doesn't get out of this box, it's just way too big. So we can do that, which is going to make this a 1 or a 2 always. We can go ahead and mark that in, and I can go ahead and wrap this around the outside. Let's see. It sometimes leads to cute deductions. It's just such an unintuitive rule, and it requires a lot of issues. Right. This can't be a 2. Very, very smart from Paul Fly. If this were a 2, then these would be a 4, 5, which would clash with that. So in fact, this is a 1, which makes these a 4, 6, which makes that a 5 and a 4. Oh, and I guess we should do our 1 dance. Ba-boop-ba-doop. Woo! Ba-doop ba-doop. Wah! Ba-doop ba-doop. Wee! Ba-doop boo-doop ba-doop boo-doop boo-doop boo-doop. Wah! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Because the 1 in box 2 was pegged to go in the yellow cage. That's why. Because the 10 cage needed it is the answer. Okay, so this is not a 1. So now the 1 in box 1 needs to go here so that the blue cage can have it, which means the blue cage looks like this. Very nice. This is a super slick version of this. It's funny, I was actually like, today I just came up with a rule set for a build your own killer that I'm excited to try. Okay, so now this is definitely not going in the orange cage. So now one of these is the one going in the orange 6 cage. Let's see. Okay, so now there's a 4 over here somewhere, I suppose I know. Hey, Ambrose, how are you doing? I hope the answer is well. I'm going to start giving things colors at random. You can be blue. You can be another green. You can be another yellow. You can be a second red. You can also be red. You can be... Oh, I wanted to make you orange. But making you orange would be bad. We'll make you also blue. And we'll make you also blue. Okay, so if this blue does not get out of this box, it's stuck being 2, 3, 5. Which is interesting. Okay, let's see. I know this digit's 7, 8, 9 for what it's worth. Oh, right. This is always 2, 3, 5. Right. Thank you, Emma. It's always 2, 3, 5 because the only place I can get down here, I can get out of the box is here, but that can't be 1 either because of that. So this is always 2, 3, 5. A 3-cell 10 cage with no 1 is always 2, 3, 5 is just one of the Sudoku facts. This cell is always red, by the way, because the red cage probably has to take some cells at some point in its life. Okay, the blue cage can't go entirely this way, because if the blue cage goes entirely this way, then I break that cell. And we can't take 2 cells in this row, or we have to put both 2 and 3 in this cell. So I think I can take that. So I could do that, I think is okay, annoyingly. Oh, it can even go up. You're right, it can even go up. Let's see. Will says it has to leave box 3 or the red cage can't be finished. Because this would be, if it doesn't leave, then we've got 6, or I guess we've got 7 cells is the way to think about it, summing to 23. Yeah, that's true. So if the blue cage does not leave box 3, then the 3 cells of the red cage, the 3 cells of the blue cage, and this 1, that's 7 cells, summed to only 23, whereas the minimum sum of 7 cells is 28. So the blue has to get out. So in fact, the blue does look like this. And we know where the 5 goes. We know where the 5 goes, Zeta, but it doesn't go there. There we go. How about that? Okay, so we've got that. So now there's a 2, 3 pair looking across. So now this digit is from... It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So this is from 6, 7, 8, or 9, which means this digit is not from 6, 7, 8, or 9. And if it's not from 6, 7, 8, or 9, and you look at the row, the only thing it can be is the other 2, 3. And now that cell can't be read. Why what? Because it's from 2, 3, 5, and there's a 2, 3 pair in the row. So this cell, if it were read, would now be 7, 8, 9, and so it can't be read. So now that cell is read. Yellow grows down, which it indeed had to before, if you are into that kind of thing. 9 is way too big, by the way. Let's see. 8 would be 1, 3. 8 is also too big. 7 doesn't work for the hilarious reason that if this were a 7, I would need these to be a 2, 3 pair. So in fact, this is a 6. I was not expecting that. And so these are either 3, 3 or 2, 4. I know which one it is. It is rare in puzzles that you get to put 2 3s in the same column, or indeed in the same corner. But we got to put 1 3 in the corner, so that's something. Okay, so now these digits are just 7, 8, 9. And that's 7, 8, 9. We do know one of these two is a 5, so that one's the other 7, 8, or that one's another 7, 8, 9 for the box. Let's see. This 10 cage can't possibly come up here, because if it takes that, then this would have to be a 10, 2, 1 cage, and there's nowhere it could get a 2. So it won't really show up a lot, but I'm going to border it anyway. Laura points out there's a 6 here, and this is also a 7, 8, 9. So this cage never gets a 1, funnily enough. Because this cage can't have that one. It can't have that one. Oh, sorry, it could get a 1. It can get a 1 if it gets it exactly there. Otherwise, this is a 2, 3, 5, which is, I think, possible. For what it is worth. Oh, this green cage needs a 2. Oh, yeah, this is what Emma was saying. This green cage needs a 2, so it needs to get it over here. Just by Sudoku. So that's a 1 or a 3. Oh, and it's a 1, and that's a 3. By that. Funnily enough, I'm not sure that actually tells me that this can't still be 2, 3, 5. Oh, it does. It tells me it has to be 2, 3, 5. It has to be 2, 3, 5 because now the place it could get a 1, it can't get a 1. So this is 2, 3, 5. So that's a 3 or a 5. And we could do something like that or something like that. There's a couple options. I think we definitely get the 2 and one of... Oh, sorry. I think we definitely get the 2 here, though. Because we can't get the 2 that far over, we break the 1, and we can't get the 2 in this column. So I think the red 2 is always here, which makes that a 3 and a 2. Regardless. Hey, Talkat, how are you doing? See, I'm being told this cage needs a 1 or the total is going to go a little bit too high. Yeah, if I just sort of like label what these digits can be, then we know that these are not 2, 3, 4, or 6. And this is not 1, 2, 3, or 5. So if there is no 1, I could do... Oh, yeah, I can't do 5. Yeah, so I guess I could do 4, 5, 7. No, 4, 5, 7 doesn't work. 4, 5, 8? 4, 5, 9? 4, 5, 8. 4, 5, 8, I think would work. Oh, right. There's a bottom to pink. that I had not fully appreciated, which is that pink needs a 789 in this box, because pink's either taking that cell or that cell, regardless of exactly what happens to pink. So actually, the yellow cage can't have a 1, because if the yellow cage did have a 1, it would be 179. So I think that actually forces the yellow cage to be 458. Like that. Okay, so this is not 8. I mean, this isn't 5 or 8. Okay, and so purple can't go this way now, because if purple goes this way, then purple can't get an 8, because it will see the 8 over here. So purple has to go this way now. And now it could get its 8 there or there, but that cell's not purple, so it is a 1. These two cells are something and something. 7 and 9 is what they are. This is a 7 or a 9, speaking of. This is now a 3, by the way. And this is, well, it's not 5, so this is not red. That's red. Let's see. Will says it has to get the last 7, 8, 9 from box 5. Do we know it doesn't get it there? Oh, yes, we do know, because there's a 7, 8, 9 triple in column 7. Yes, Will is right, as is Tallcat. Yep. There's a triple I had not appreciated. So these are actually a 4, 5, 6, and in fact, that's just a 6. These are a 4, 5. This is now the 8. Great spot to Will. By the way, welcome, Will. A few new people. Will, and there's one of them, and Casper today. So welcome to Will and Casper. Okay, so that's the 5. That's the 1, and it's orange. Let's see, 8 and 5. Okay, these are digits. One of them is an 8, and the other is a something else. And the other's a 6. Okay. Oh, by the way, that has placed this 5 up here, making this a 7, 9. So we've got our 7, 8, 9s over there. Paul Fly points out that the red can't go down. Hey, Calvin Ball, how are you doing? One of the setters. This is a very well done puzzle, by the way. Red can't go down because of this 7, 8, 9 triple. So 1 over here somewhere. We might have to do a Sudoku, which would be dangerous. I do know there's an 8 in this column, so I do know there's an 8 down here somewhere. What Eckbert is saying is this can't be a 7, 8, 9. This has to be the 6. Because if this were a 7, 8, 9, that would be a 7, 8, 9 triple, and that would break red, because we'd see 7, 8, 9 in 2 directions, and we'd cut it off. So in fact, that's a weird 6 in terms of placements. So we get that 6. Does that 6 do something? That was a cool step. I don't think I've seen anything quite like that before. There we go. Okay, so there's a 1 in one of these two cells, has been pointed out. And therefore, red can't take both of its cells here, because it would get a 1. And if it tries to go here, then it's forced up, but that's bad, because we've now put too many 7, 8, 9s. And so therefore, Paulfly and Tallcat have team argued that this is what red looks like. Oh, I didn't do the top. And so therefore that's an 8, and these are a 7, 9 pair. And that's not an 8 anymore because the 8 in this column is in one of these. And so these are a pair which consists of a 6. Uh-oh, Paul Fly says I did something wrong. Oh, right. Sorry. You're right. It could be. Sorry, I don't know why. It could also be that one. Anyway, this is a 7 or a 9, right? It could be. It could look like this instead of like this. Anyway, the rest of the column, though, does still only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to pick from, because whichever of these is red has the last 7, 8, 9 for the column. So this digit is a 4 or a 5 for what it's worth. Let's see. Yeah, no 8 in the 21, but I don't know anything about 21 and 3. So it doesn't really help me, but it might help someone who knows something about 21s and 3. Let's see. Oh, that's true. This cell is not 7, 8, 9 because this cell, in fact, all the rest of the cells in the box definitely see the red 7, 8, 9. So these are only from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and most of them can't be many things. So this one, for example, can only be 6. And then we can clear out the 6 from the rest of these. These can't be 1. Let's see. This one can't be 4 or 5. This one can't be 2 or 3. And this one can't be 2, 4, or 5. So we have that. So this is either a 4 or it's a 7 or a 9. Annoyingly, I think that could be a 7 or a 9. Uh, 'Screaming Ice Cube says this is quite restricted. So let's just do this pair of cells, I suppose. So they can't be 1, 2. They could be 3. They can't be 4, 5, 6. And they could be 7. And they can't be 8. And they could be 9. Uh, 3 is too small, I am being told, because 3 would need to go with 9 plus 9 in order to work. So that is a true. So that's not the 3. So this is the last 7, 9 for the column. So the rest of these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, well, I guess none of them are 1. This one isn't 2 or 3. That was the one that interested me the most. But these are also not 2. In fact, actually, that one now just is 4. And so that's not 4, 5. None of these are 4 either. I was trying to get a triple in this row. Anyway, this is now the other 7, 9 for the row, which makes this 8. That is what I said, by the way. That is what I said happened when people did not believe me. Okay, so now the 7, 9 in this row is forced to be here. 7 plus 9 is 16. So this can't be blue because there's nowhere that this cell could get a 5, which is what it would need. So this cell is not blue, in fact. So Let's see, this is a 3 or a 6, just for the record. And if that's a 3 or a 6, then that makes that a 2, and makes this a 4-5 pair. So this is a 1-3. Okay, and so these can't join either, because if these join, they'd sum to 9, and they'd need an 8, and there's nowhere they could get an 8. So we can also cut you off. I don't think you can join a 2 either, because if you join a 2, you're way too small. Likewise, if you join a 1-3, you're also way too small. So the green grows down here. Okay, and these need to sum to a minimum of 8. So this is going with this. 3, 4, 5 is only 12, so it definitely doesn't take that. By the way, that is a 3, 4, 5 triple. In fact, that is a 3, actually, making that a 1 and a 3. Okay, now this needs to be a 5, because if it's a 4, we need to put a 10 in the cage. So now we need a 9 to join this in order to get to our intended total. This isn't a 3, this isn't a 2. One of these two is a 9. I don't think I know anything about which one it is yet. Yes, the 9 looks right. Thank you. It took reading it 3 times for me to understand that 9 looks right wasn't telling me, good job, Zeta, you knew what to do with 9. It was telling me to look to the right direction of 9. But eventually I got there. So one of these is 9. The 15 cage definitely doesn't have both the 8 and the 9. Okay, we do know that the 21 cage isn't taking that. Let's see. Can we math up here? If we do 9, 8, and 4, we can math up this direction. We can't that way. Yeah, and so now if we go this way, now we run into problems of the maximum sum of these two is 15, so I would need something that's at least 6, but the only options I could get are exactly 6, and then it doesn't sum to 15 anymore. So I agree the blue can't go down at all. The blue can only go up, up. In which case, then I need these to be a 9 and an 8. Oops. And a 7. 9. That places that 9. So no 7, 9, or 8. No 8, 9, or 7. Okay. Okay, this digit is not 5 or 6 or 1, 2, 3, 4 or 9. So this is a 7 or an 8. This column needs a 1 somewhere. 2 in box 8, I am being told to look at. Yeah, 2 in box 8 is just placed. Thank you, Laura. Forever the Sudoku helper. Okay, this is 6 or 7 only. If I just look at what it can be, maybe I should just bite the bullet and write down what this is too. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be 5 or 6 or 7. And it can't be 8 and it can't be 9. So this is 5, 6, or 7. Okay, so I guess what I'm actually saying is that the 8 is placed in this row because that can't be an 8, that can't be an 8, and that can't be an 8. So therefore that's an 8. I don't know if that really did anything, but it's true, I guess. I was excited about it until I wasn't. See, can blue possibly take the 9? If blue takes the 9, then I need a 1-5 to go with it, because I don't think I can possibly get a 2-4. I think I could get a 1-5 if I went right, though. 6-8 pair in box 9. Oh, looks up. Okay, there we go. The 6-8 pair looks up there at that 9. Okay, so that's a 9, a 7, and 8. Thank you. 8, 7, and 9. 9 and 7. 9 for the big finish for the green. 7, 9. Okay, that 5, 6 pair makes that a 7. And now I probably should mark up the rest of these cells. Okay, so apparently that is a 1. And a 7. Okay, so now I guess we have to figure out what's going on with this. Is there any chance I can get away with not thinking about it? Oh, there's a 1 there. Sorry, there's a 1 there. Okay, so if this took a 1, I would be trying to make 14, which I would have to do as 6, 8, or 5, 9, which would have to be 6, 8, because this cell can't be 5 or 9. And I can't do 6, 8 this way because it would break that. Okay, so if blue takes the 1, it leads to disaster. And so if blue goes to 1, now I need a 6 and an 8. So this is a 6 or an 8, but where does the other 6 or 8 go? And the answer is nowhere, because if this was the other 6, 8, it breaks that cell. So blue does not go right. Tallcat also claims blue doesn't go up, which is owing to the fact that if blue goes up, then I need a way to sum to 6 now, and that also doesn't work because I can't do 2, 4, and I can't do 1, 5. So blue doesn't go up either. So by process of elimination, blue goes out away. And so now if blue goes out away again, then we need these to be a sum to 8, which could be 3, 5. Laura points out blue always has a 3. That's helpful. Because just by Sudoku, blue always has a 3. If blue comes up and takes this, then we're either 3 plus 5, which would need a 7, which we don't have, or 3 plus 6, which would be a 9 and need another 6. Okay, so yeah, blue can't actually take this cell because of the existence of the 3. 3 plus 5 doesn't work because you need a 7 and you can't have one. 3 plus 6 doesn't work because you need 6 as your last digit, but you've already used a 6 before you got to the point where you needed the 6. So we, in fact, take this as our last cage cell. And now these are 3, 5. So we can get rid of the 6 and the 8 from them, which places an 8 up here. Places a 3 there and a 5 there. 4, 5, 6, 4, 8. 6, 5, 4, 6. And then we're done. That was very lovely. I really enjoyed that one. If I was still trying to do a puzzle of the year list, that would definitely have gone on it. But excellent work. I feel like the which puzzles I like heart kind of serves as the puzzle of the year list. But yeah, great puzzle. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to take a quick break and we'll be back and we'll do either an easier puzzle or a 6x6. I'm not sure. We'll be back and then we'll figure it out. Alrighty, welcome back. To wrap up, we have a Renban puzzle by Xian Risk with a bunch of very long Renban. Well, I guess maybe a bunch of very long Renban isn't quite right, but is with a bunch of Renban in it that some of which are very long, and which we should contemplate. So one fact about Renban is that Renban tend to have 5s on them if they are 5 longer or more. Bye, Pawfly! So there's definitely a 5 on here somewhere. I can't tell if Isaiah is saying have fun in a good way or a bad way. We'll find out. The border here is kind of interesting. Bad way. Oh, no. Okay, so this is a full set of the digits 1 through 9. This one's a region. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give it till the end of stream, and we'll see. Yeah, I wonder if I'm supposed to do something like count 1 9s in like this band or something. Because there are a lot of 1 9s. Down here, and there are only so many Renban you can have because most of these Renban can't have both 1 and 9 on them. In fact, only this one can have 1 and 9 on it. So that's 2 of the 8 1 through 9s. So we've got to have 6 1 9s over here on these Renbans. That's 7 Renbans, I think, that need to have 6 1 9s on them. If I counted that correctly. That seems 6 Renbans? Oh, that's even better. Only 6 Renbans. 6 Renbans to have 6 1 9s. Okay. So that means all of these Renban are extreme that I have highlighted. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Now, of course, like learning that the length 8 Renban is extreme is not super exciting. But learning that there are no 1 9s, so let's try and I'm going to highlight these in yellow, I suppose. So there are no 1 9s in these cells because there's only 1 1 9 on each of these. There's no 1 9s there. So there is a 1 9 on this Renban, so there's no 1 9 here. I'm using yellow to mean some number of 1 9s and gray to mean not 1 9. Uh-oh, did I screw something up already? On which Renban? We said we have to fit 6 1 9s on 6 Renban, so we have to put the L out of box 5. This one? That's one of the 6 we counted. Oh, why are we... Sorry, you're right, sorry. Nope, you're right, sorry. I was thinking that we had said there's only 1 1 9 here, but you're right. So, yeah, I see. Yeah, because we could have both 1 9s down here, and then it would possibly be okay. Yeah, so we're now like in the zone of what do we try to color? I'm going to turn on dashed grid, and I'm going to highlight this area because I think I do want to color high-low. So this is the counted the 1 9s, just for my recollection. And I'll put like a gray X on cells that I know for sure are not 1 or 9. Because what I want to do is I want to say, I know this has a 1 9 on it, and so these cells are all some other color, and we'll go ahead and make these purple green, I suppose. Maybe purple's a bad choice. Orange green. I don't love it. That's not a great contrast either. Blue green. So green is 5, blue is 1 high-lowity, and yellow is the other high-lowity. And so this definitely has a 1 9 on it, so we know that's yellow at the very least. This is a length. Oh, this is also a length 5 Renban with a 1 9 on it. Do we know whether this is yellow or blue? I feel like blue looks terrible. What do I usually use for this? Like the purple just washes out a little bit too much. But this is assuredly all one color. Heaven forbid I meant to do anything with the black dot there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, probably, yeah. I like purple yellow, but yeah, probably we should not use the purple yellow in this particular instance. This is just a thing. Oh yeah, I can give you a link. Control C, Control V. Ba-doop. There you go. Oh, I can even pin it. These two are consecutive. I don't know if I'm supposed to just completely ignore that or not. Or if I'm supposed to look at, like, I know that this is either blue or green. Rows 1 through 4, the reason I haven't looked at it is it looks like there's way more Renban up there. So how many Renban are we touching up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, maybe this does actually work. Sorry, maybe this works. Because we've got to put 8 1 9s up here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Renban. I think this is 8 Renban. If I ignore the fact that this one has a 1 9 that I know is down here, right? The 1 9 of this is down here, so I'm not counting that one. So I think that actually does work. Strangely enough. Let me just double count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that does work. Okay, so we do need our 1 9s on these Renban. So all of these Renban have a 1 9 on them. So that means these length 2 ones are 1 9 2 8 in some combination. It also means that this cell and this cell are not 1 9s, which actually makes these cells a 1 9 pair for the row, because the row needs a 1 9. Or sorry, needs 2 1 9s, in fact, I should say. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so Yeah, so those are extreme. This is also extreme. So this is either 7, 8, 9. If this is right. Okay, so that's the point. This is extreme. So it's either 7, 8, 9 or 1, 2, 3, and it can't be 7, 8, 9. So this is 1, 2, 3. So maybe that is a good sign for me to remove these colors and actually start coloring like with regular old high-low coloring. So these are 1, 2, 3. Now this we know is got to be high in 5, right? Because it can't be low, right? This would be, if this were low and 5, it would be 7 digits in the column from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is too many. Okay, so now this is a higher of 5 that's on a black dot with 1, 2, or 3. So this has to be a 3 and a 6. And we get to bring out Zach for the digit dance. Ba-boop, ba-doop. Woo! Ba-doop, ba-doop. Wah! Ba-doop, ba-doop. Wee! Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Wah! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. I really hope that was the break-in. Okay, so now this is a 1, 2 pair. So now these are an 8, 9 pair, but also that's the 2 and that's the 1 and that's the 4. Over there. And now these aren't high, they're low. So that's the 2 and that's the 1 over there. This Renban has a 1 on it, so it's down here, which makes this the 9 and this the 1. Which makes that the 1 for this Renban, which makes that the 3, and that the 2, for that Renban. Okay, I know there's a 1 down there somewhere. Okay, so these digits, this Renban's high because now these are naked, not highs. So this Renban, or sorry, these are naked, not lows. So this is high. This is all high. For what it is worth. So now this is all low and green. And this is all high. And in fact, that 9, and I think I can get rid of my box now. I think I remember what's going on. This now needs a 9, and so it's there. Sorry. So it's there. Got an 8 and a 9, and now this needs an 8 and a 7. So these are a 6, 8. 6, 8. Oh, and actually we know the order. That's an 8 and that's a 6. I probably can get rid of the gray marks as well. Now that we understand what's going on. So these are a 7, 9. For what it is worth. Oh, this is a 4 or a 2. I guess I don't know which one it is yet. 1 and 2 in box 2 are on one of these Renban. And if I put... Oh, darn, I could put a 1 here and a 2 here, couldn't I, on this Renban? Oh, but this Renban... so what do I know is on this Renban? I mean, I already know that this Renban has 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 on it. 8, 8, 3, 6, 3. So that's 5 digits. So we're not including those. Oh, it's 9. 9 is the digit that's not on this Renban, right? So this Renban needs a 1 and a 2, and they go there. Okay. I think I did that backwards of the way that that Ambrose thought about it. And the other digit missing is a 4, it looks like. So this is a 4, which seems to have made that a 2. Oh, also that cell's not green. Seems to make that a 1 and a 2. Oh, this isn't green either. And these are a 5-7 pair regardless. So as a 5-7 pair, they certainly sweep 5 out of these cells. So there's definitely a vertical 5. So the only high digit in this row is 6. Oh, this is a naked green. You're right. This is a naked green. Perfect. Thank you, Tall Cat. Sorry. This is a naked green, so let me make it green for Casey. So these are a 1, 3, 4 combination. That one's not the 1. One of these is a 3 or a 4. Okay, this is a naked, not high. So this, in fact, both of these are naked, not highs because they see the entire Renban. So these are blue or green, which actually is just a different way of saying 6 is placed in this box, isn't it? That might have been a better way to say that. But anyway, these are a blue-green. So they're from 3, 4, 5. Sorry, just 4, 5. Just 4, 5. There's a 3 in the box. Okay, these are also... Yeah, I guess this one's not 7. So these are a green-orange triple. Living in this row for what it is worth. So this is a length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a length 6. Renban. So it does have 4 and 6 on it. And then it either has... well, it doesn't have 1 and 2 on it, I'll tell you that. So if this doesn't have 1 and 2, that means it does have a 4, and then it's got 6, 7, 8, 9. So these digits, because they're not 4 or 5, these are both high. And so these are from 7, 8, 9 only. And I've got one more orange. One of these two is a 4. This one's not 7 or 9 for what it's worth. So this one is 5, 6, or 8, I guess is what I'm saying. And this one is 4 or 5. Is this one only 4 or 5, actually? Oh, or 7. Oh, right. This one's also not 6 because there's already a 6. There's already a 6 on the Renban, right? Oh, I guess this is the other 7, 8, 9 just by magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7 long Renban, so it has everything on it except 1 and 2. Is what we have concluded. So the 9 in this box is definitely on this Renban. So this is not a 9. So one of these is a 9, but I guess I probably already knew that if I looked at the rest of the Renban. Okay, there is a 1 running over down here. Oh, I've got all my highs. So these are a green, green-blue pair. I guess I could mark this as orange-green if I want. This is 6 long. So this Renban, if you look at it, it can't have 9 on it. If it had 9 on it, that would put way too many high digits into this box, right? So this Renban has to have 1 on it, which means the highest digit on this Renban is a 6, right? So this is a 5. I think that's right, right? If this Renban had a 9 on it, we'd have to have 987, or sorry, 986 in this box, and that's 6 digits from too many things. So this is the 5. That's the 7. Okay, and so this as a set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, apparently this is a naked 4. Who knew? Oh, it had a 1 by Sudoku, points out Laura. That would also have been a good way to see it. This is not a 1, 2, or a 6. So there's my 1, 2, 3, 6, and there are my 5, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and these aren't 8, 9. So these are 8, 9. And this is a 5, 7 that's consecutive with an 8, 9. So it'd better be a 7 with an 8. And so that's a 5 with a 9. And so these are not green. This is not orange. That is orange. That 5 does look up here. This has become a green 5, which has then made this not green, so it is a 4, and made this not blue, so it is a 5. Okay, so now this is an 8, because it's not green anymore, because there's already a 7 on here. So neither of these is an 8, and that is 7, 8, 9, and so that's the 4. This is a 6, which is not green, by the way. This is blue. It's just a 3, apparently, which has made this a 6, which has made these 1, 2, 3, and made these 7 and 8 in that order. And now that is the green for this row. So there is our 5. And so let's see. This is a 3. And these are orange. They are 6, 7, and 9. Okay, there's a 1 over down here somewhere. Okay, what is on this Renban? This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is a 7 long Renban, so it's either 1 through 7 or it's 3 through 9. I don't think I know which one it is yet. Oh, I do if I allow Jim to tell me, because there's no 8 on it via this. So this is 1 through 7. And the 7's already on it, by the way. So it's not 1, 2, 3. This is not 4, 5, 6. This is not 2, 5, 6. This is not 4, not 1, 4, or 5. Not 1, 2, 4, or 6. Okay, so that is also blue. That digit is assuredly not a 1 anymore, because this digit shows up in here. Oh, this is a 1, 3, 4 triple in this column, right? So that makes both of these orange, for whatever it's worth. This is a 7 or an 8. Row 9, column 6 is not blue or orange. That's true. This is a naked 5. It's not 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it's not 6, 7, 8, or 9. Great spot to Todd. So this is our green for this box, which means that one of these two is 5 over here. Right. This is the 9-cell Renban, Eckbert remembers, and so the 1 is on it somewhere in these cells. In fact, somewhere in these cells even. And so this is not a 1 either, so that's the 1 for this Renban. And now this Renban is high, not low. So this Renban has a 9 on it, and the 9 on it is in this column. So that's the 7, and that's the 9. And the 9 on it is in this column. So that's the 6, that's the 7, and that's the 9. Owing for that. Yeah, this Renban is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so this is everything except 1, which is good because 1 is the thing it can't have. Yes, the 9 on it is placed, Tallcat points out. The 9 on it is here, which is very handy because it places that 5, which makes that not green, and that is green. So that's a 5, and that's a 3. So now none of these are... So that's a 4, actually. And this is a 1 because it's not 3 or 4, so that's a 3 and a 1. That's a 2 because there's a 3 on the Renban already. That's a 6. That is a 4. That's a 3 and a 2. This is a 6. Okay, these are some digits. One of them is a 2, and it's that one. And one of them is a 4, and it's that one. Let's see. This is a 4 just by Sudoku, I believe. And so now this is a 3 by white dotitude in the absence of 5. This is a 7 by Sudoku. This is an 8 by Sudoku. This is a 9 by Sudoku, which makes that an 8. These are both blue, and in fact that is also blue, and these are both orange. And so this is a 3, a 1, and a 2. That's a 7, and that is a 6. Yeah, that was actually very nice. Yeah, not as bad as I feared from the original reaction in chat. Yeah, I'm glad I thought about the counting 1s and 9s. Yeah, it's supposed to have been a little bit annoying to set, actually, to be like, I just know I need to cover all of this space with Renban. Because I can't imagine a world where that was not exactly the intended thing. I think I could have done... I bet in the intended version, I asked for the entire grid, how many Renban there were, and where the 1-9s went, and placed these 1-9 and went through there, rather than doing it the top 4 rows and the bottom 4 rows, which maybe felt a little bit weird and artificial. But I think you could do it by the whole grid at once without really changing anything. Alrighty, though, that was very nice and a great way to wrap up stream for the day. So thank you to everyone for hanging out. If you've not yet checked out the Lingo videos, I would encourage you to do so. I do think they're a lot of fun. And if you are new, I saw several new people hanging around today. Welcome. Great to see some new faces around. Thank you to the almighty YouTube algorithm for bringing you to us. As always, do please like the stream if you've not yet liked the stream. It does, again, help the algorithm, because we've been hurting a bit for attendance lately because, you know, ebbs and flows of the almighty YouTube. So if you would like the stream, if you haven't yet, please do. We greatly appreciate it. If you want to support the stream even beyond liking it, we do accept donations. We greatly appreciate them. You can always give donations in any way that you wish. We have several available. So we have YouTube memberships or YouTube one-time super chats, Patreon if you want a recurring monthly thing. And we also have Ko-fi if you want to make a one-time donation and you want to not involve any of the corporations that are owned by billionaires in your donation procedure. So any of those are greatly appreciated. I was going to say any or all, but that's ambitious. Any of those are greatly appreciated. So thank you to all who support the stream. Thank you to everyone for hanging out. It's been a great time, and I'll see you again on my next stream, which is going to be on Sunday. So thanks everyone for watching. And last but not least, I will thank the Turbines, Daniel, David, Franco, Nell, Nordy, Plonktime, and Tyson. Thank you everyone so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.